What's up? Uh, so yeah, marathon day, marathon night, marathon everything, forever and ever and ever. Uh, or at least till we finish this project. So yeah, I was working on something at the end of the day yesterday, and I'm gonna keep working on it today. Uh, and that was hug detection. We got hug. So technically we have hug detection working. That was the last thing that we did at the end of the day yesterday. So yeah, since no one's here yet, or since people are going to start trickling in at this point, I there is like an important order of business that we'll want to get to shortly. I But yeah, so until people actually start showing up and we can get interactive with this, I am going to just carry on my business, which we were working on yesterday. So yeah, I'll just to run the game really quick. So we have yeah, and I guess hypothetically this might be the first thing anyone ever sees of the project. So in that case, all right, so we start having these like Lion, yes, you win, you're number one. Excellent. Welcome. Um, I was just gonna go over what we have working so far. So the reason we see stuff spitting out here is because I was using this information to debug hug detection yesterday. It was the last thing that we did at the end of the day. So yeah, so right now what you can do is you can set a waypoint and you can set a waypoint for any of the various characters in the game, and they will move towards that those waypoints. You can have all the characters moving around all at the same time, if you can handle that conceptual complexity. Uh, oh yeah, I never finished changing. I never finished changing the all the internet. It is yours. Um, I never finished changing the destination markers because I actually want that to be an X. I don't want it to be a dot. Uh, so Right. Oh yeah. So these zeros that we have spitting out. So characters in this game can hug, and so in that case, like if two characters move onto the same square, then so now we see in hug detection there for so each of the numbers represent one of the characters, and so uh, we're keeping track of like who's hugging essentially, and we're going to use that information for to 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 update the visuals to hmm. Yeah, actually, I think just for conceptual complexity or simplicity rather, to reduce complexity, I'm probably going to just scale everything down and keep the grid size the same because it's just really easy working with grid size one. It just makes a lot of things a lot easier. Uh, we got it working. Like we can have a group hug going as well. If we move all the characters into the same square, then look, yeah, hugs for everyone. So many hugs, all the hugs. But yeah, so what we're seeing right now is that they're all just stacked up on top of each other. So yeah, I think I'm gonna retool the some of how the scale works in this game, and then that way we can use the same grid size. Uh, should I just scale literally the entire game, maybe? They just scale all components of the game together, maybe? I don't know. That might be quicker for Pandafer. Hey, welcome. Uh, Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, just to all right, I don't know if this is going to work quite right, but I kind of like how everything is relative, like in scale relative to each other. So I'm just going to create an empty game object, put it at the origin, and then put everything in it, and then wait, we went over this. She mousecha, because it's a soft sch. Welcome, thank you, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. How's it going? We were jamming. We are all right. So I don't know. I think I want to go down to like half or so. So like point 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, I guess. I might want to bring it back a little bit from that, but let's see how that goes for now. Oh wait, did I screw up? No, no, okay. The waypoint detection still works. It's just funny because it doesn't always appear like directly underneath your cursor because of the grid. So this might be too small. So I might want to change the viewports, the camera viewports, to get something more reminiscent to the original scale that we were seeing. But I think the positioning might be better now. So, because now we could literally, yeah, no, I think this is probably going to be great. Fantastico. So yeah, I'll just assume that's going to be good. All right, and then I'll just move these back outside of that game object, and then delete that game object because we don't actually need it. I will keep this on at the top of the screen. And so yeah, so I think I'm just gonna zoom in the. Yay! What a way to wake up. Good morning, Pandifer. How do we do this? It's there's a way to control this. There has to be. Is it just size? Do you just go like 2.5? Yeah, there we go. All right, so it's just size. And actually, I guess we don't need to go that far down. We could go to like 3. That's still reasonable. What if we did 3.5? Is that still reasonable? That's pushing it. 3.25? Maybe. That could be good. Because I want to be able to see a lot on screen, but I don't want to make it so small that you can't. Like, there's no point in seeing a wide range if you can't make out any of the detail. So, hopefully that's good. And yeah, so one important thing will be to change the. Oh yeah, so for one thing, these dots aren't actually on the grid anymore. So that's one thing I'll just update real quick. Position 1, 1. Whoops. 1. Wait, not 1. 1 negative 1. Negative 1. 1, 1, negative 1, negative 1, and negative 1, 1. All right, yeah. So those, I don't know. They start a little more spread out. Actually, I guess. No, I don't. No, I guess I do care a little bit, because I want them to start in proximity to each other. Like, for example, these two can't even see like all. Anyways, so it'll be 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Yeah, that's fine. And then the last one will be 1, 0. All right. Yeah, that's like basically what we had before. Wow, we're up to 8 already. That's awesome. All right, yeah. Well, that's good too because I'm just finishing up hug detection, which was the mechanic. Well, actually, no. I mean, we like I mentioned before, we technically finished hug detection because now we see in this output here, like when two characters occupy the same square, we see like we're not getting zeros anymore. We're getting ones because that's reporting that hugs are occurring. And if we had 3 characters all stacked on top of each other, we would see that lots of hugs are occurring. Yeah, now what we're going to do is we're going to offset the positions just so that it's clear what which characters are occupying what squares, what characters are positioned where while hugging. So here's yeah. So right now we're just printing what's up, but so I guess what is my first question. So the triple hug, I guess, is slightly Emerald. Hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. So So the case of two characters hugging is obvious. We just offset them slightly so that they're not literally overlapping. The case of three characters hugging is the slightly odd one, because the case of four characters hugging is also really simple. We just offset each of them, and then each we just offset them pairwise, I guess. And but the triple hug is a little bit awkward. I guess I don't have to put in like deluxe support for it. I could literally just have it so that they make an L shape when they're triple hugging. But I don't know. Maybe that's fine. That could be entirely fine. I guess we'll find out. Oops, sorry, I have something distracting on my other monitor, and I don't know why, but I got rid of it. I have a notification. Oh, never mind. That was the fake one. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's. I guess I'll just do the easy thing first, and we can see how that looks. So, for we can forget about this part. We don't actually need that information constantly printed out. Although I'll leave it in there in case something goes weird and we have to debug it. So what are we actually going to do here? So if hug count is greater than 0, that means a hug is occurring. If hug count greater than 0, then what do we do here? So I guess we can just have like fixed positions or fixed offsets for each of our characters. And we can just say what, like, oh, I guess we should go based on the index. We should, because yeah, I don't know, I guess there would be some manner of precedence for for I guess I could do, so if hug count greater than 0, if hug count greater than 1 is another case, at least for now. I could break this up into the third case of greater than 2, in which case I would use a switch, but greater than 1 and greater than 2 are kind of the same. So maybe I should use a switch. Huh. Yeah, I guess I'll use a switch. Yeah, we can switch on hug count. All right, congratulations, Emerald. Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't you say you were gonna share it? The game that you're working on at some point. I mean, no pressure, but if you do, let me know. Um, yeah. See, people want to know. So switch hug count. Case 0 we don't have to care about. Case 1 we'll do something. Case 2 and case 3 for now we'll do the same thing. And then we can worry about case 2 later if we need to. So when you send a link, I am able to see it, so I can repost it as necessary. I'm just gonna screen it real quick because I don't know. I feel like that's the least I should do as moderator. So I have that loading on my other computer. And Letterman, hey, welcome. How's Devil May Cry? I really like C#. Oh yeah. Oh, awesome. Aaron, I'm glad to hear that's working out. Sometimes it helps to ask the question because yeah, I guess it sounds like that really was was the right choice for you. So all right, case one is simple. We can just say oops. Oh wow. There's audio and everything, which just reminded me that I usually turn audio off on my other computer before I do stuff on my other computer. Oh yeah, my mouse doesn't work very well on my other computer. All right, well, I will trust in you. Uh, I will trust in you, Emerald. If this is something terrible and contains some like outrageous offensive content, I will hunt you down and I will destroy you someday. But for now, I'll assume that it's legit. I'm mostly joking about that. I do not condone violence. Uh, um, so, yeah, I feel like I can. I get that sense. You seem like a very trustworthy person. All right, so, oh yeah, so the link I posted was Emerald 125's link to their game. All right, so yeah, so this case one is easy. Case one is just if hugs index I. Oh, so we're switching on hug count I. That's a slightly important distinction. So if hugs I greater than 0, um, we'll offset it by so transform or so excuse me partners I usually I just the character, the main character, I can just use a transform.position, but because the script is usually put on the main character, but now that we have 4 characters, yeah, okay, so transform uh, right position uh, uh, so what should I guess plus equals whatever, yeah, new vector. Actually, no, wait, no, this is easy. It's plus equals partners transform position. Actually, just use transform. No, I'll just, yeah, no, just transform position. Or transform dot left, right? No, it's position dot left. Wait, transform. Yeah, no, transform dot left. Oh no, right, right. Yeah, right. Plus equals transform dot right times. How far do we want to offset it? Not by much. Like yeah, no, actually we could do 0.5f. Just by half. So then when we're hugging, they'll be like touching. Oh well, no, I guess then they would kind of like abut outward. So we'll just do times 0.25. Okay, so and I think I think the end result will be that like one of the characters will be slightly less visible on screen. We can like do weird, whatever. I'm probably not gonna worry about it right now. Mintarcade, hey, welcome to the stream. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm in a funny state right now because I'm feeling fine, although I'm also staring down the barrel of a marathon. So it's one of those those situations where I feel great, and then also I have there's this looming sense of what might come, of what might be to come, and uh, yeah, right. Emerald 125 knows what's up. Um, Lion. So it's decided, Light Up Man. We figured out what you're doing today. Uh, see, everyone agrees. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. All right, so yes. Oh, so right. So the other thing that we do is else. Oh yeah, right. So we want an else case to this. So else. Uh, oh. Huh. Oh. No. Yeah. This is fine for now. Else. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. If I shouldn't instead just use like fixed positions for like the hug cases. Just always like. No. Whatever. This is fine. If this is weird or I decide to change it for whatever reason, I can always go back. Thank you, Mint. um, uh, Yeah, so let's so okay, so in the other case we'll do pretty much the exact same thing except it'll be subtraction instead of addition. So that'll basically just offset our hug friends. So it'll just be minus equals transform position. Alright, so I'm just gonna test this out to see if it's doing even vaguely what I hope it would be doing. So now when two characters are hugging, there should be a slight offset. So for example, whoa, what was that? Wait, what on earth is happening now? Oh, interesting. So, I don't know what's happening right now. uh, yeah, something weird's happening. I don't know what it is. Uh, but it's definitely weird. Oh yeah, alright, so, no, there is a zero case. There is a zero case, actually. Uh, right, so, case, 0, uh, partners, I dot, transform dot position, um, uh, uh, oop. Sorry, it just occurred to me a thing. So partners, I transform position. What was I? What was it doing? Yeah. Equals grid pause. So yeah, if in the case of non-hug time, we're setting partners transform position to snap to the grid. So that way, if they had been offset previously, they should snap back to their grid space. Um, yeah. Oh, what? Oh, and I forgot to break on that. All right, save that. So, uh, yeah. All right. So now we should see some more sensible things. No, we're still seeing weird stuff. What is that about? What is the deal there? Oh, I know what the deal is. Right, because the way we okay, yeah, no, the way we were clearing out. Hmm. No, no, actually, I don't. Hmm. Oh, it's this. It's this part, right? It's setting traveling to be true falsely because now we have to take into that we have to take that offset into account if traveling. Yeah, we have to take that. No, no, I don't think we should have to do that. What the heck is happening? Uh, why does the purple one continue to move around even after it reaches its destination? And why are they offset weird? All these questions and more. Is it actually pushing the red one away? Oh, yeah, no, I know why. Derp. Yeah, no, why didn't I think of that before? This is going to constantly evaluate through the duration of the hug. Uh, all right, so yeah, no, I need to do something. I need to do something else actually. Yeah. Here. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of the zero case and then do something. No, I'm gonna keep the zero case, but I'm gonna change how our characters are set up. Okay, so game object. Oh right, yeah. So create empty. So this will be partner BL or partner underscore copy paste. Or yeah, reset them all to the center, I guess. Well, actually, no. I'll kind of want to change that in a second. Partner. This one will be partner bottom left. This one will be partner bottom right. Partner top left. Partner top right. All right. So yeah, we'll parent them to these. So this way, we'll actually keep the partners on the grid, and we'll just have their visual, have their cube visual get offset, and we'll set it to a specific offset. That way, we don't have to. That way, we don't have to. We don't have to what? So this is actually going to be 0, and this is going to be 1. This is going to be 0 and 0. This is going to be 1 and 1. And, oh. Sorry, it was just occurring to me that, the way we reference oh, yeah, sorry, the way what was I talking about? The way we reference, the cubes will have to change because we can't just reference I mean, we'll have to reference them differently because sometimes, like when we're moving them, we'll want to reference the shell object, and then when we're just translating them, we'll want to, or when we're offsetting them, we'll want to reference the sub objects instead, the little cube majigger. All right, so. Sorry, I think I fell a little behind on chat. I'm just going to catch up real quick. So... hey, Mr. Prada, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so, oh yeah, and then the cameras, that was the last thing I need to reset. Yeah, we can just, reset and then move this back to, wait, what? Z value? Wait, what the heck is, oh, I accidentally zeroed out the rotation value. Oops. Alright, so I'll just zero these out manually. Although actually, there's no specific reason for these scale values to be zeroed out either, so as well do that. Alright, so good then. Oh yeah, no, actually one more thing that we should do is update our partners to be the entire entity, not just the contents. Alright, so save that. Light up, man. This ends. Oh, the jam. There's no hard deadline. The next time I stream after this marathon, I'll showcase on the stream all of the meow. Hey, I'll showcase all of the projects that are done by that time. So if your project's done by that time, I will showcase it, and then otherwise, yeah. I'm going to be wrapping up sometime before the end of Sunday. Who knows how long it'll take. But yeah. So if you run a little over, if you run a little into Monday, like that's probably fine too. So don't worry about anything like that. So yeah, Panda. If you're thinking of streaming, you don't have to be perfect when you start streaming, because if you stream, you'll get a lot more practice time, and so you'll also get better faster if you do that. And also, yeah, you'll need time to build viewership too. So I'd say go for it. You don't have to be good in order to do it. Yeah, you can worry about that down the line. Rogue City, yeah, we so the final build is online now. If anyone hasn't seen the result of our previous jam, it was oops, that's not it. I don't know why my clipboard is silly about stuff. That's it. Oops. Yeah. So you can check it out there. Are we? Oh yes. All right. So now we can go back and we can update a few things. So yeah, right. So specifically, we're not going to worry about this stuff anymore, because we're instead going to say, I don't know if this is going to work, because there are two child entities, so I might have to just address them individually. Get child, what are you doing? weird, weird autocomplete. Get child 0. I don't know if this is gonna work actually, but transform dot position. We'll see. Equals no equals just uh, new vector 3. Oh, and actually not position, but local position. Local position equals new vector 3 0 0 0. Yeah. And so again, we'll refer to the sub object's local position for these situations, and we'll instead of plus equals, we will just set equals. And oops, my laptop's running out of batteries, and despite the fact that I've specifically set the power settings like a certain way, it always ignores the settings that I set. It's like probably my greatest complaint about my current machine, but whatever, I don't care. All right, and so then actually I think we want scale of 0.5 now, I think, because it's local. It's on local position, so I think 0.5 is actually the desired effect here. I might be wrong. It might still be 0.25, but we'll see. I'm just hoping this works. All right, so I might accidentally be shifting the cameras instead of the cubes. We'll see. Well, that's like kind of better, except that for some reason they both moved in the same direction. I don't know what that was about. They both offset in the same direction. Why do they both offset in the same direction? I feel like one of them should have offset in that direction, and the other should have offset in the other direction. Wait a second. They both... Oh. What? Oh. Oh, right. No, yeah. Derp. I'm using... I got rid of the... right, no. Okay, that's silly. So, yeah, in order to do that, I'll have to make this one negative. And, yeah, then the other thing is that... I'm using transform dot right. I might want to do... yeah, whatever. It's probably fine. Trent Sterling, hey! Oh, Binru fans. I thought you said good morning to me. Well then. I take it back. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Mia. No, Pandaford, I don't know if you heard what I said, but bad is fine. Bad is totally good. You have to start streaming sometime. Why not start streaming now? So, besides, how are you going to get good if not by... Like, in order to get good, you have to play the game, and if you're playing the game, why not stream anyways? Anyways, I won't go into it, because, like, just listen to me. Don't make excuses, I guess. If that sounds harsh, it's because I'm trying to be motivational. And, anyways... oh, the link to, okay, yeah, I'll post the link to Rogue City one more time. Oh, hey, good morning, Trent Sterling. Enturator, that is inappropriate language. You're usually a fine, participant in chat, so I'm not gonna, like, ban you for any amount of time, but, please use appropriate language. So, welcome to the stream, however. Tao, hey, welcome. All right, yeah. So I was gonna post the link to Rogue City one more time. So if you ever want to see one of my projects, it's always my website and then the 4-letter abbreviation for the project. So Rogue City is RCTY. So there you go. All right. So, yeah, no need to apologize. I just, those are the rules. I don't like using the mod buttons, but sometimes I have to. All right, so I think this should work now. Although it might look a little bit funny. All right, so now, yes, now when two characters occupy, when two characters occupy the same space, they, what? Well, that's weird. All right, so it's clearly not 0.5. It's clearly 0.25. Save that. Oh, right, yeah, because it's local position, but no, I don't know. I don't know. I thought that would have worked. Anyways, is that better? I mean, it's not 100% better because they're offset. Why are they offset so weird? Like one of them is offset like down, and the other one is offset like smudged up a little bit. But it's using the same vector, so that's weird. It's like is one of them rotated strangely? I don't think any of them should really have rotation values. Yeah, no, none of them have rotation values. Uh, I well, instead of being clever, I'm just gonna be very literal. So we're gonna say equals new vector three uh, 0.25 0 0, and there's going to be new vector three 0 point or negative 0.25. Oh, and these are floats. 0 0 negative. All right. All right. Oh, that one's not negative. It's a float. Derps. All right. Save that. Do you like that, Trent? um, oh yeah. Only I can post links. I can see your link though, Tao. So here, we'll repost Tao's link, and I'll show it on screen too. Because hey, look at that. So this is yes, Tao. That's how it works. Anyways, there's your link. So meow. All right. Well, thanks for stopping in. I hope to see you later at some point. So uh, yeah, enjoyed it. All right. Oh yeah, I never answered your question. I got a little bit distracted by meow. You need Unity Web Player because Unity Web Player is fine, and there's no reason not to have it, I guess. But you also don't need it. But that's fine. Those are my reasons to have it. Zoe, welcome back. All right. Yeah, no, I never answered Intuitor's question. But actually, the name of the stream actually answers the question. It's like we voted, and that's what won. So that's the explanation there. All right, if these offsets are still weird, I don't even at that point. It's like all right, that's like what I was hoping for. Sort of. Although actually, I guess I have to do even less than 0.25. I'll do point two. Yeah, point 0.2. All right, so that way they're kind of like pressed close. They're not just adjacent. They're actually like slightly overlapping. And then I think in this case one of them will actually slightly overlap the other. Like in this case, the red is overlapping the purple. I don't know why that is exactly, but I'm not going to worry about it either. That one's the it's one of those like really tight hugs where you actually lift one of the other people up a little bit off the ground. So in this case, red is lifting purple slightly off the ground. I don't know. I don't care either. So infinite. Oh right. So in stark contrast to most top-down isometric games, we are making a bottom-up isometric game. These fuzzy things that you see here are clouds because we're looking up into the sky. So it's team based. We have yeah, a lot of people haven't seen weren't here yesterday when we decided and started making all of these things. Yeah, so basically our team here is are these four colorful shapes, because if you played one of my games before, you know I use representational colorful representational shapes and so so what's happening here is the you can move the team around by clicking. So yeah, so we basically have like 4-player split screen, except you can control like all screens at the same time. Hypothetically on mobile, I would want to use multi-touch so that you could actually have 4 people playing if you wanted to. But I'm also supporting just like single player, 4-player, single player, multiplayer. I don't know what to call it exactly. And yeah, so all right, so you can move your team around as such. So the what we're seeing here is that we are underneath this giant glass plate that the entire team is standing on. And so, I mean, this is all still up in the air, pun intended. No, not intended actually, but wasn't that delightful? So like one of the ideas is that stuff will be falling from the sky, and you basically have to catch it because you don't want this stuff to land and shatter the glass plate that your team is standing on. Is one of the ideas. We have some other ideas, and actually, one of the things I want to do today is I want to welcome to the stream, by the way, Gorgonzola. One of the things I want to do today is sort out the backlog, because that's everyone's favorite part of game development is like project planning. But I don't know, it became really relevant at the end of stream yesterday, so it's something that you kind of have to do on a project. So it's something that I'd like to do in a little bit. I just wanted to get the hug mechanic working so that people would have time to join in, and we could have a nice lively discussion about backlog sorting, and then we can continue on from there. Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna so just to finish this up, I'm just gonna do one more thing, which is I guess I'm gonna set a number of vectors. So vector three ppause equals or I'll just call it partners pause. Partners pause equals new vector 3 of length 4, and as is traditional, I'm not using enums, but if I was, they would correspond roughly as such. And then I'm just going to declare these up front because whatever. Actually, no, I'll declare them outside as is per usual. I guess I might want to tune them. No, whatever. I don't care. I'm just declaring them here because it's whatever. It's really simple. Partners pause. 0 equals new vector 3 negative 1 0 0 or no 0 0 0 0. We'll say basically we'll do this 4 times, one for each of our partners. So index 0 will have that position, index 1, index 2, index 3. Actually no, yeah, this is slightly suitable in that this will be 1, this will be 0 1, and this will be 1 1. And then yeah, save that, and then so right. So then in the other case, in cases 2 and 3, we can say we can just say partners I, etc. Get child 0. Hey, we got a new follower. Shrubsy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for following, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Sorry, I'll catch up in chat in just a sec too. I'm just trying to jam in this last bit here. So what we're doing in this case is we're setting it equal to partners pause I, and then times 0.2 f, and I just left that here because in case I want to change that, I don't want to change it in all of those vectors that we just established up there. Yeah. All right. Cool. So I think now we're now supporting multi-hugs too. I think so. AJ, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So now if we group hug all on red, it should still. Yeah. There we go. Look at that group hug. All buddy. And again, they're kind of like stacked up a little bit, but the alternative is that so the reason they're all stacked up, I guess they could actually be stacked up a little less than that. Why here is 0.2? Does it feel much wider than down here? I don't know. For some reason, it seems like they're pulled in too tightly in this case. Although I don't know why that would be the case, because like 0.2f or 0.1 times 0.2, those should hypothetically be the same thing. But I'm just gonna try it spaced out. Or try lifting that number slightly and see what still happens. Because it seems like, if I'm not crazy, then like when the third one joined in, they actually, yeah, now that, I don't know why that one, why it works better to have that number as a point 0.4 when in the other case it was we had it as point 0.2. But yeah, it seems to want to do as such. So we will let it do as such, I suppose. All right, so cool. Hug detection done. Hug detection and hug spacing, I guess, would be this. All right, so sorry, I kind of zoned out of chat for a second there, but uh, choo choo bleep blop badoop. Oh yeah, sorry. Did someone ask what tools I'm using? Because what Trent said is pretty. Oh wait, no, I don't use Photoshop. He must have been describing his own. Oh yeah, no, I don't use Photoshop. I use Paint.net. I don't use Visual Studio. I use Monodwell. Um, um, what did Tao say? Navigate. Oh, okay, yeah, you guys were just having. All right, good. Okay, so I was zoned out, but it wasn't. Hopefully, I wasn't ignoring anyone. Cool. Yeah, I entirely. Oh wow, AJ, thanks for thank you for following, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support and your viewership. Thank you. All right. So now that I've gathered you all here, one order of business. I don't know if you guys are going to be into this. It's an important part of game development. It's not the type that you tend to see most of the time, and I think that's because not as many streamers do go as collaborative. So I don't know. I guess some of like the teams who stream, you kind of see some of this. All right. Yeah, here I was just copying down what people were talking about in chat yesterday when we were brainstorming. So it's not sorted out yet, but so I'm basically going to want to set up a list of what we could possibly work on, and then we'll sort that by order of importance, and then that will inform what we'll be doing for today. And we can do this on a few occasions. Like we can revisit this list. Basically, we just want to figure out what to do next, and everyone will have a say in that because this is our collaborative jam. Oh, also, so yeah, now that you've seen the project a little bit, like what we have here is everything really. Like this is literally everything the game can do at this point. You can move around and you can hug. The the re- so the reason hugging was such an important feature is that yesterday when we were brainstorming, one of the things that like was just really popular with the group and just kept winning in voting was the idea of oh, sorry that you're a fan. That's amazing. Welcome. So I guess that worked out. That worked out perfectly. And actually, it was just what I was about to say. The reason we implemented hugging like as one of the primary mechanics is that yesterday it was decided that it's very important for this game to really play up on the sexy aspects. But then it's also important to me that this stream remain like all ages, like family friendly sort of stream. So yeah, just to so you can think of hugging as sort of a euphemism in a way, but yeah, it was also decided to be a very important mechanic, and so we really jumped on that one, and we tried to get it implemented as fast as possible. But now is the time to come up with more ideas and wait, what? Oh, whoa. Why is this so offset? Why is it not the this group hug is not centered on the tile? Like, see how yeah, it's like it's offset like downwardly. Why? Oh, I'm an idiot. That's because I'm an idiot. I know why that is. It's because I'm an idiot. Whoops. Yeah, no, this is actually supposed and it also explains why I had to do point 0.4 instead of point 0.2. Yep. All right, cool. Fortunately, it's also easy to fix. I just have to go, so these have to be negative 0.5s instead of zeros, and those have to be positive 0.5s. Yep. That's all that's about. Uh, all right. And then, sorry, I thought I'd finished that feature. It just had one slight bit of touch up, and then we can get on to the voting. Oh, and yeah, so the reason I was talking about all that stuff is that now's the time. Now's the time to shout out new ideas because we're about to sort the backlog, and once we do that, we're going to get to work. So before we sort the backlog, that is the best time to get new stuff into the backlog. So I'll start parceling out the list so you can see what's in there already, and then you can start to you guys can all throw in your 2 cents, and then we vote on it. And yeah, if you want a feature added to this game, this is how it happens. So talk about your ideas, get vocal about it, and then yeah, your idea might be the next thing that we work on. So all right, save that, and then I'm pretty sure this will work, but I will also double check. I'm pretty sure this should not work. Just a silly oversight on my part. All right, so yeah. All right, good. And now, oh wait, no, whoops. Oh yeah, okay, no. All right. Sorry, I'm double silly because it's actually still 1. It's not 0.5. It's just yeah. It's just ones and negative ones. So all right, and then we're good to go. All right, sorry, much ado about hugging. That was the title that I'm thinking of, right? Much ado about hugging. All right, cool. Group hug. All right, sweet. So all right, Min, yeah, thanks for stopping in. Hope to see you again. So I right. Oh yeah, the backlog. All right. I was like, I was gonna do something important. All right. So I'm just gonna talk about these ideas because we're gonna vote on them yet next. So if you have any vested interest in what we're doing here today, then this you might find this interesting. So camera intro. So these are the ideas that we talked about yesterday. Camera. Actually, I'm gonna put this on both lists just in case, just so I don't. Anyways, all right. So camera intro. One thing that was described yesterday is that right now we have a bottom-up view, but that's not really conventional. So one person suggested yesterday that we start the camera in like a different position, and then we move to the bottom-up view, so that way it's a little clearer what's all happening in the scene. So that's what that's about. Babies. This is a feature that I had said I would do facetiously. I said that if characters hug and then you wait 9 months in real time, like in real life, if you leave the game running for 9 months, then they'll have a baby. But having babies was also a popular idea. So one person said, can they have babies? This is the expanded idea, and so in order to do any of this idea, we have to start with like just the initial idea of having babies. But the the idea that was suggested was can the characters have babies? Then the babies hug and make pandas, and the pandas hug and kittens come, and then they hug, and then hamsters come out, and then you can play Hamster Simulator 2014. Was one of the suggestions, but yeah, so in order to do any of those things, the first step would have to be babies. So if we want to do some or all of that, then babies will be an important mechanic. And something I clarified yesterday is that we took, in order to start the project, we took as a precept the four player split screen setup. So we're not going to veer from that at this point. We're going to keep the 4-player split screen. So if we have babies, this is what we're doing. This is like this is an open process. So any idea, no matter how crazy or like off the wall or unconventional, like it's going to get considered, and then we'll vote on the ones that we want. So it might not make it into the final game, but I mean, the reason we're talking about these things is so that we can figure out what we really do want in the game, ultimately. So yeah, yeah, babies, that could happen. That might be, if that wins the vote, then that's the next thing that we'll do. All right, so what was where was it talking about stuff? Oh yeah, so right. So if we do have babies, the babies will not join the team. There will always be four players. Well, actually no, we can like deactivate players, but we're not going to activate new players. So the babies will basically probably not be player characters. They'll probably be like NPCs if we have them. All right, yeah. So I just want to make sure that's clear, so that when we vote on babies, we know what we're voting on. Make the four of them together fill an entire grid space. Oh, I think this is the thing that I actually just did with the group hug. Make the four of them together fill an entire grid space. Yeah, and that's kind of what happens. Like now it used to be the case that they would all just stack up on top of each other, but now if they stack up on top of each other, they kind of yeah fill up the space. So I think I'm gonna call that one done. If the person who suggested it comes back and they meant something different, then so I'm gonna call this done. We can revisit it, and actually I'll put it. Yeah, no, that's fine, I guess. Okay. So, all right. So camera intro babies. I'm gonna put one in waypoints. Right or yeah. So right now, the way it works out is like when you tell the character to move. Maybe this isn't that important. I thought it might be important, and so I was thinking we might want to do it. Actually, no. You know what? Scratch that. For one thing, I don't want to put in. I have too much influence over this process, anyways. I want to give you guys control over what we do. So I'm not gonna put my own idea in here. Yeah. To reiterate, we're going over these suggestions because this is what people suggested yesterday in chat. If you guys were not here yesterday, or if you were here yesterday and you came up with new ideas, now's the time for you guys to get your ideas on this list. So shout it out. Otherwise we're gonna only vote on everyone else's ideas, and you will just have to, I don't know what. Anyways, so the glass floor can only take so many hits. So I'll put that on the list as floor shatter. Actually, no. You know what? In order for floor shatter to be a thing, falling objects has to be a thing. So I'll put falling objects on the list. We did also. I mean, when we voted yesterday, survival was actually the number one pick for aspects of the game. The way we did the voting for the game mechanics, we split everything up. So like we had like a really long list. We had survival, we had simulator, we had sexy, we had team based, we had card based, we had like the list goes on. We had like bosses, we had massive scale, we had sandbox, we had like all these qualities that could have been in our game. And the three that won out of that vote were team based, sexy, survival, which is how we got this game. And actually, of those three, survival was the highest scoring. Survival was the winner. And we still don't have survival in our game. So I think falling objects is one way to huh. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. All right. Yeah, no, I like that. Because we can actually do fun things with the viewport too. Like we could actually we could make it so that like when purple and blue meld, we could actually make it so that we can make it so that when purple and blue meld, these viewports actually combine, and so it becomes like one big viewport. We can do fun stuff like that. So yeah, I like that idea. That sounds really cool. All right, so mint. If anyone if if anyone missed it, mint I'm gonna call it like Voltron, uh, where basically like two characters merge together and then like become, because you know like Voltron, like they all the transforming robots, they like merge together and become one giant robot. Yeah. So here I'll also copy the text in so that we can reference it in the future if we in case we forget exactly what that idea means. All right. Cool. So yeah, all right. I like that because I especially like that because it uses the theme of infinite. Because right, so like our currently part of like the only way we're really running on the theme of infinite is that the the sky is infinite, and the we haven't really spelled it out yet, but presumably there's a reason that we're staring at the sky, and it will become important. Like falling objects is one way the sky could become important. The Yeah, and anyways, so all right, so yeah, Voltron's on the list. Uh, oh yeah, so yeah, falling objects. Was there anything else in here? Yeah, so there are some ideas that if we do falling objects, we'll want to we'll want to. How do I make this bigger? Is there no way to make that bigger? That's weird. Uh, all right, so anyways, I'll move the done list then, I guess. Uh, Yeah, so there are ideas that so if we so the idea that that some of the oh wait, why did I say mint? Lion. That was Lion's idea, not Mint's idea. I don't. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Actually, no, I know why. I I know why I was thinking of why I was thinking of mint when I looked at Lion is because of that. But uh, Lion. Sorry, I did not mean to miscredit your idea. All right, so yeah, so the shattering or the falling objects thing, the full idea there, some of the ideas that could follow afterwards, if if we if we do falling objects. So yeah, so one person yesterday suggested so the glass floor can only take so many hits, right? Because we had already been talking about falling objects as if it was a sure thing. So the glass floor can only take so many hits, right? The more characters you get to hug on one grid space, the higher percentage of the squares repaired. So yeah, hugging was going to be the way that you would like fix breakage on the floor. So also hug should take up a certain number of beats. So you have to decide whether to spend time catching objects or repairing squares. Yeah, so the beat. So what he means by beats is that the way the game works, you might notice that like when you set a movement or when you set a destination, the character like slowly moves towards that destination or it gradually moves towards that destination. Yeah, you earned it. Uh, so those are the beats. The game is driven by like just this constant like so everything in the game, not literally everything, but right now movement is like the only thing in the game. So movement occurs like on like that, you know, it always occurs like on the beats as it were. So that's what that was referencing. All right, so yeah, falling objects is something that we could vote on. I think I'm gonna put camera intro off the list for now because it's not urgent. It's not. It's not. There. We don't even have a game yet, and camera intro isn't gonna make this a game. So I'm gonna bin it for now. We can revisit it in a bit when we get to that step. It's more of like a polish sort of thing than like a core fundamental sort of thing. All right, so so how about a hug meter that builds up and gives a special prize when reached, like dropping objects causes the same. Wait, so hug meter, I guess. That kind of dovetails with what the other player was saying about how hugging should take a certain. You should have to, you know, you have to hug for a certain amount of time in order for the hug to really mean something. So I'm just gonna put this on the list as hug meter, and then so. Unless anyone has more ideas. Oh, Mr. Fada, have you been listening? Because I've literally explained everything. And if not, catch it next time around. Anyways, so yeah, so yeah, so the lack of ideas submitted in chat leads me to think that these are the ideas that we'll be voting on. So I'm going to set up a poll for these ideas, and we can decide where to go from here. Um, excuse me. So what should we add next? So I'm gonna set this up as like a multi-vote. So you can vote for as many options as you want. So if you like all of these ideas and you think they're all good, and then and we should implement like and you think that if that literally all of them are completely valid, um, well, you get to decide what we're making, Mr. Fada. The whole point is that collaboration, and that's what I've been ranting about or like that's what I've been going on about for the last like 15 minutes or so. Is that we're going to now decide exactly what this game is. We're going to decide exactly what this game will be. So yeah, so if you think that this game should be about babies, if you think this game should if you think the next most important thing for this game to be, and remember, this is literally the entire game. You've seen this. If you've seen this, you've seen literally the entire game. So you know exactly everything that's going on. You have complete information now. You are now qualified to make a decision as to whether this game really needs babies. Does this game really need falling objects? Does this game really need well, actually no, I won't call it Voltron. I'll say like uh, uh, I'll just say like combining partners or combining characters. I guess which is in some ways it's kind of the opposite of babies, because like babies is about like is is about like anyways, it's kind of opposite in a way. Uh, and then or does this game really need a hug meter? So yeah, you guys are now you guys get to choose. I was explaining with voting. You can vote for as many of these as you want, but you only get to vote once. So if you like all of these ideas, or if you like, let's say two of these ideas are awesome and the other two stink in your opinion, then you vote for both of those things, both of the ones that you like. Vote for as many as you like. I'll just throw out there that voting for literally everything is the same thing as voting for literally nothing in terms of how it affects the vote. So I would not necessarily recommend voting for literally everything. Like maybe put some discernment into your vote. But yeah, so the reason I'm saying this in advance is that once you vote, you can't change your vote. So you have to vote for everything you like up front. Yeah, and you can vote for multiple options, but I have never seen a TED Talk on voting. Uh, but that sounds interesting. Who gave it? Uh, 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 for our Stream Jam 3 project. All right, so this is yeah. I'm gonna assume because all right. So I stalled for enough time that if anyone had another idea, they should have said it by now. Oh wait, but did Lion say another one? Hold on, was I just completely not paying attention? Okay, so yeah, that's more to do with the Voltron style combining characters. Um, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, okay. Uh, okay, so we have the idea of a hug meter. Shrubsy is suggesting a kind of the opposite of a hug meter. Actually, no, I'm gonna call that hug meter, because like essentially the idea is that the hug meter might mean death, I guess. But like yeah, so it's basically the same thing, or it's a very similar concept in that instead of a hug meter filling, well, so yeah, so the point of a hug meter is that by hugging, uh, well, actually, we don't want an end game, actually. Well, I don't want an end. Oh, fine. Sorry, I'll stop exerting influence. But remember, the theme is infinite. Infinite. The theme of the jam is infinite. So if we have an end game, that actually works against our theme. Just throwing that out there. But I'm sorry. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually trying not to exert influence over this process, or I'm trying to exert as little influence as possible. I'm trying to invite as much outside influence as possible. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, I Yeah, so I don't want to include death, and I don't want to have an end game. But if you guys demand it, then sure. You're gonna have to put up a pretty good argument, but sure, why not? All right, but either way, I'm gonna consider that the opposite of a hug meter, or like another interpretation of the hug meter, because it'll run off the same sort of fundamental mechanisms for the game. So all right, so uh, hey, we got a new follower, Captain Capsule. Hey, welcome. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Captain Capsule has made yesterday. Captain made the coolest art for the project. It was just really outstanding. I think I'm just gonna link to it again real quick. I'm gonna go into Facecam to get it and then to fetch it, and then I'm gonna post it again one more time because it's just I don't know. It's just I thought it was hilarious. Anyways, that it was just really on point for me. Uh, so so all right, cool. I think this seems to pretty well cover. Oh no, the sun. I think this pretty well. It seems, as far as I can tell, this encapsulates what we're kind of going towards with the ideas that we put out. So yeah, anything you feel like making. I'm basically considering that. I'm basically considering Captain Capsule's art the box art for the game, unless we. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to find another way probably to. Are you talking about the sweatshirt that I have draped over my shoulders? Yeah, I'm kind of wearing that, kind of technically, depending how you define wearing. Actually, I'm gonna. Sorry, as soon as you mention that, I'm going to switch to a different sweatshirt instead, because that one's really heavy, and I was gonna. I might die if I wore that all day. Anyways. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna open the vote now. Remember, you can vote for as many options as you want. If you need an explanation for any of the options, let me know. You can only vote once. So if you like multiple options, choose all of those options up front. Choose them because you only get to cast your vote once. So choose all. If you like multiple options, vote for multiple options. Or actually, so I'll phrase it otherwise. I'll say don't forget to vote for multiple options if you like multiple options. And yeah, so this will inform what we want to do next. Okay, so combine. Wow, all right. So all right. I guess it's good that people seem to really like the things that we have going on. So these do seem to be all good options because they're all getting good votes. They're all getting a good number of votes. So combining characters seems like a popular one. That one's off to an early lead, but I mean they're all still very competitive because this is all still neck and neck. So I'll give the vote a little time to percolate, and I'll just look at the game for a little bit while we let the votes tally. Oh man, Captain. Oh Captain. Oh Captain, my Captain. um. Huh. All right, so yeah, all right, yeah, so the game seems to be working pretty well now. I might just put in cloud drift while we let the vote tally. How would I go about doing that? So cloud. This is just like a small aesthetic thing. Alright, hold on. What are we seeing here? I'm not familiar with this track. Boogie Bam, Somebody to Love. How is the language like in this? Actually, I guess I can find out by Is it the video or the music? Sorry. Um, so oh yeah, so should I do this? I might do the scrolling. I might do the scrolling clouds later. Uh, oh, all right. Sorry. Here, I'll post this. I'll post this link that Aaron Scope mentioned. All right. I didn't screen the link for like language or content or anything, so if it's inappropriate, I apologize. It's a little racy. I'm watching it on my other screen, and it's definitely a little bit racy. But anyways, it's also pretty funny though. All right, so yeah, I won't bother wasting time. Well, we can. Oh, whoops! I accidentally closed where the window where I was watching the vote. So let's see. Falling objects and combining characters are neck and neck. Oh wow! Look how close this race is. So maybe I will give it a moment more, or no, I don't know. Maybe the vote has like equalized at this point. If anyone hasn't cast their vote yet, I mean we're right up with a tiebreaker. So like you could be the deciding vote on this one. If especially if you're voting between falling objects and combining characters. If I mean we're also really early in the stream, so, or in the we're really early in the yeah, in the stream, in the jam, in everything. So we can at this point we can commit both to falling objects and combining characters. Realistically, we can say that we're going to do both of these things. So so we can keep babies and hug meter on the table. Like that, we're not, you know, we won't start on them because we have these other things to start on first. But we can we can we'll have yeah, we'll have these as like as backups, and we can just start on falling objects and combining characters, and it won't 100% matter which of the two that we start with because we'll be planning to do both of them. Uh, yeah, that video is something else, huh? Um, all right. So yeah, let's do that. The people have spoken. Falling objects and combining characters are on the agenda. Thank you, Lion. Shout out to Lion for the combining characters idea. I hadn't even thought about anything like that. So I already understand the falling objects thing enough. So I think I'm going to start by exploring the I'm going to start by exploring the combining characters because that is newer. So maybe I should instead let it like give it time to percolate in my brain space. All right, I'm just going to reorder the this list according to our vote. So falling objects and Voltron, or I called it combining characters. Combining characters. Or characters. And actually, I'm going to put combining characters highest. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to call these ones priority 1, and these ones are priority 2. They're not off the table. In fact, they're the next best ideas that we have, but the other ones are first, or the other ones just have slight precedence. So hypothetically, if we do have to cut something, it might be one of these two, but we can figure that out later. And Boston Mass, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, we were just about to set up combining characters in this game that we have going. So yeah, how do we want to do this? I guess combining characters. I guess yeah, I mean I guess essentially like two characters will meet and merge and the result will be magical. Assuredly. Um, hmm. I think I want to define a color palette, like an extended color palette, complete with the major tone and the secondary tone as like the sky tone. Because I think when we like combine two characters, the way we'll represent that is with a another color. Like they'll merge together, and like the new one will be like some color relevant to the other two combined. So let's I have a stash of soda, and I need to reserve that because that's all the caffeine I have for this marathon. I think I might crack one, and just go. I just have to be moderate with my caffeine intake because I know later in the process is when this stuff will become highly necessary. So, sorry, these are the important issues here. So yeah, I'm going to define an extended palette just so that we'll have more colors to work with. Yeah, so we already have 4 defined. Let's extend this to 8, because we'll never have more than 4 characters, so we'll never need more than 4 additional colors for the purposes of combining. I'm also going to spread these out a little. Whoops. No, what did you do? What? I don't know what just happened. Alright, so I'm going to spread them out a little bit. So this purple will sit here, and green will sit here. And then, so there will be intermediary colors too. This one will be 45. Wait, what? Oh, whoops, yeah, no, wait, no, purple will sit here. That and teal will sit there. Alright, so right, this one will be wait, what? Wait, oh no, wait, no. Oh wait, inverted purple and teal? That's weird. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so this one is 0, this one's 45, this one's 90, right? Yeah, 90 plus 45 is 135. Oops. Oh, really? Oh, those are 2 very similar colors. So I might have to skip that one. Ooh. Yeah, alright, so I might actually have to only do 7 colors. I might have to skip that one, because those are just way too similar. There's like virtually no visible difference between the 2. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, awesome. That sounds really cool, Glitch H2A. I don't know how that works, but hey. Yeah, oh, yeah. So yeah, right? Yeah, alright, we're definitely on the same page line. I like that. And then, yeah, so like, well, one of the things that we were talking about yesterday is how, like in the way the game is set up currently, like if the characters move away from each other, like if the purple character moves north and if the red one moves like off in this direction, like you can really easily lose track of where all the characters are relative to each other. Like now none of them are on any other screen, so like they're actually not that far away from each other, but they just like they can like barely none of them have any idea where the other ones are located. So so yeah, now that combining is like an aspect of this game, we can kind of play with how this is actually sort of like an interesting challenge now that they can't see each other, because now in order to combine they have to find each other. All right, so hey, yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Could you post the link again, Shimasha, and then I can repost the link. I forget if it's too far up in chat, it'll take me forever to find it. So right, yeah. So I was setting up the color palette, and I had to skip 135, so we have to jump from 90 to 180. Hopefully that's fine. And then from 180 to 225, I guess is another step. That should be good enough, because we probably won't use adjacent colors necessarily. Wait, hold on. This is supposed to be 270 plus 45 is 315. I think. Yeah, 315. All right, so this is good enough, probably. And I can tweak it a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactsies. Like, for example, I want to make the blue a lot lighter. Not much lighter, not so that it's hard to discern from the other thing, but oops. Just so that they're in like a similar range. It's a little tropical, the color scheme that we've got going here. Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, this is the link that you posted earlier, right? This is the same one. Or no, wait, was it? I forget. Either way, yeah, here it is. I've mentioned before, as long as your content is like suitable for stream, I don't mind reposting it. But if you, oh yeah, this is the same one I looked at earlier. I've made mistakes on stream before, and those are the situations where I have to use my mod buttons, and I don't like using my mod buttons. So, Ibito, hey, welcome. Sorry, I missed that. Welcome back. Welcome to the stream. The new thing today is we're combining dudes together. So the characters like can like merge together. Yeah, that should be interesting. You can so basically like I guess if like you merge together like the purple and the blue character, then like these two viewports would actually like merge together, and you'd have one like combined entity, which I guess would turn, in this case, like if you combine the purple and the blue, you'd probably end up with this darker blue color, or this middle blue color instead, or something like that. Yeah, so that's the new hotness. That's the new idea. It's the big idea. All right, so. Oh well, yeah. So I was gonna make the clouds offset. So I'll yeah. But so all right. So I'll put that on the thing. I'm not gonna do it right now. I was thinking, yeah, that was something that that I was thinking of doing. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Intuitor. Because yeah, when we go to set that up, it'd be nice if the clouds drifted. It's not urgent, but it's one of those nice to have things that I think won't be too much effort down the line. So I think it'd be nice to have that at some point. So yeah, thank you. That is on the list. So what all right, so we have our extended color palette. Oh yeah, and then actually no, I was gonna do the extended. I was gonna do a secondary extended palette of secondary colors, so that just so that we can be consistent with our presentation of information, because otherwise players would get weirded out. Not weird. Color array. Colors secondary or SC and D, I guess. Again, I'm gonna stop copy and pasting the same like BLBR or TLTR thing. Oh, except actually no, I guess it is relevant now because colors no longer correspond in that way. Yeah, colors are done differently now. Huh, interesting. Oh man. Oh man. Yep. No explanation needed. Yep. uh, oh wait, I didn't even see the subtitle at first. Nice. All right. So yeah. So the colors don't correspond quite in the same way anymore. So what does that mean? It'll mean something. for now it just means, hold on, let me set this up. So red, we don't have orange yet. We do have green. We do have teal. We don't have middle blue. We do have purple, and we don't have pink yet. All right, so now we just have to basically take similar colors and get them to fit the same like palette-y, the same sort of value range. It doesn't have to be perfect, just like just close enough. So this middle blue. This is just the lighter palette to use for this sky, so that it's clear what viewport would control which character. That'll probably get that'll probably be even more important to convey once we get combining viewports and like merging whatnots and hoo-ha and the et cetera, et cetera. So that looks about right. So yeah, the tones are all matching, and so now we have our primary and our secondary color palette set up. All right, so save that. Cool. Oh god, what have I reposted? Like I said, I didn't get a chance to fully screen that one, so click at your own risk. Sounds like an amazing project, though, with epic music stuff. Congratulations. Aaron, oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's that I might. Well, so one of the things that we voted on was horror as a component, and horror did not win. So I guess maybe that's why we're not. Maybe that's why. Maybe that explains that. All right, so now I guess So let's yeah. Also, let's keep track of partners' colors. So partner. So yeah. Color. No wait. So like int array partners colors. We'll just keep track of who's what color, and it'll equal new int for. This will just keep track of who and the what and the what colors are corresponding to the et cetera, et cetera. And so I guess we could initialize these because for starters partners colors are actually no, I guess we should get to setting these. So like we should have a way to set we should have void set color. We need an int for the partner index and an int for the color index. And when we get those things, we'll want to set the color. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, we can. This should be straightforward enough. Except it's kind of funny to keep track of our partners as BLBR, TLTR anymore, because once cameras can merge and like shift and et cetera, it's like they, it won't be top, left, et cetera anymore. It will be like those like they're, sometimes one camera will take up the entire bottom half of the screen, and so that'll be interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work exactly. We'll have to figure that one out as we go. So yeah, it could be that these indexes become less and less meaningful. They'll just have to be internally consistent. But what they indicate will become a bit more abstract in a lot of cases. Anyways, so yeah, we have the partner index and we have the color index. And so what this means is that it's fairly straightforward. It just means that partner index dot transform dot get child 0 dot material dot renderer dot material dot color equals colors color index, whereas partners. Oh, we have the cameras separately, so we could just address the cameras separately. Oh yeah. Oh man. All right. This is so fun and interesting. This is a fun and interesting challenge. Um, yeah, that's how code goes. Let it, man. Mm. Which is not true. There are such thing as engineers who make code nicely, but unless you're like a real engineer, like a legit engineer, then sometimes your code is not going to be 100% perfectly 100% perfect. So it happens. It happens. Um, so yeah, there were a lot of assumptions that I took earlier on that will not be as relevant anymore. Like I just like the way we'll have to refactor how we do the whole control system, because once cameras can merge and combine, then that we'll have to do the whole camera handling system separately, which will be simple enough. I just yeah, because we did it so it was so simple the first time around. It was so relatively simple. It was just entirely sufficient. But yeah, so now that I'm thinking about these things, the reason I wanted to do this one first is because because this idea was newer, and because it was like it was less it was just submit in chat, like most of us were here to see it submit, like just a short while ago, right before we voted. So uh, the thing that or like, so one of the ramifications of that is that it's less clear exactly what will be all of the consequences of it. We weren't planning for it, and so there's a slightly higher degree of risk associated with this. And so, in order to make sure that we can implement it, that I prioritized it a little bit higher. And because like if we had tried to shoehorn this in at the last minute, then like all these ways that it impacts all these other areas of the projects, like we probably would have stumbled eventually, and maybe not. Yeah. Well, hey, Lighterman, you've seen my stream before, so you know how the extent to which my code is readable. Um, you'll get better as you go, Lighterman. Um, Personally, I put a higher value on the functionality of code rather than the readability of code, because like if code works and is ugly, then that's actually kind of sufficient in a way. I know there are some people who don't necessarily like that, because it is, of course, valuable to have readable code, and I don't mean to discourage that, but I'm just saying there's also a value in something that works even if it's unreadable. All right, so right, yeah, so yeah, whatever. I can just say cameras index partner index uh, dot, what is it? It's like background color or something. What is that? What is that? That thing? Uh, Camera dot background, I guess. Dot camera, or no, it is a camera dot background color. Yeah. Equals colors scnd index ci. Yeah. All right. So then so yeah, then actually on start, I think I'm gonna say oh right, and then the other thing, partners colors. We'll keep track of partners colors. Uh, Partners colors pi equals ci. Yeah. All right. So then at start we'll say set color index 0 will be 0. Set color index 1 will be 2. Set color index 2 will be 4, and set color index 3 will be 6. Just so there's a little variety in color. We won't use like adjacent colors. Although I guess 0 and 6 are kind of adjacent colors because we only have 7 colors. So maybe I should try and get an 8th color in there. TTK, hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see ya. Oh, yeah, so I say this a lot, Ibuto. I guess somehow you've avoided me saying this every time I say this, because I say this a lot. I would use enums if anyone else were working on this project and had to understand what these numbers mean. But enums don't mean anything more to me than these magic numbers, so why on earth would I use enums? Enums are just like a slower version of magic numbers. And actually, I just explained why we're not using bottom left, bottom right. Because those things don't mean anything anymore. When these two characters, when this purple and these blue character combine, the cameras will combine as well. So there will only be one camera across the entire top of the screen. So why would we call that the top left camera? I mean, okay, sure, it's the top left camera, but it's also the top right camera. So no, those terms are meaningless. And so in this case, it actually makes more sense to use magic numbers. But in general, the reason I'm using magic numbers is because I don't need to use enums, because everyone on the project already understands what's happening. TTK, welcome. I already said that, but I'm going to reiterate it, because just for emphasis. So... Yeah, TTK has a busy weekend going on. And here, I'm gonna burden him with even more responsibility, just because, I don't know, I'm in that kind of mood for some reason. I'm mercurial, as I've mentioned before. Anyways, so, yeah, TTK, you were here yesterday, I think, a bit, so you might find it interesting that the new thing that we're working on today is merging together characters. So, for example, we could merge together the teal and the purple character, and they would combine into a single entity, which would then occupy the entire top half of the screen. And then we could merge together. Yeah, TTK. And then we could merge together the green and the red character, and then we would have a giant entity that occupies the bottom half of the screen, and yeah, and so on and so forth. Yeah. like robot sexy kind of. um, all right, yeah, hold on. Let me. I think I'm actually changing the colors now on when we start the game, right? At least I kind of tried to make that be the case. Did not. So either it didn't work or I used no. I think it just didn't work because these aren't the colors that I meant to set. So why didn't it work? Did I not save this? Maybe I just didn't save it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, now the colors change on start. I kind of like our other palette better, but kind of like this palette better. Maybe it's just because I've been seeing this palette for so long. I'll learn to love it. And I guess I could just do random colors. Nah, I'll leave it like this for now. All right, so I usually do in browser. Yeah. I don't like downloadable games. I don't like that. So, which is why I don't tend to do it myself. I sometimes I make them for mobile as well. And if we did multi-touch for this, we could make this one for mobile, and it actually might. This is like the first project that actually makes like arguably makes more sense on mobile than on any other platform. I don't know if I'll do that for the scope of the jam, but I mean, Even if I don't do it for the jam, we can always do it like after the jam, just as like a fun thing to do. So I think I'm just dragging my feet here. I think I'm just like, all right, I should start refactoring stuff. So I'll change the input system to accommodate merged cameras before I worry about the actually merging the cameras, which should be fairly simple. So yeah, currently we're getting press, and this is how this is where we do what we do. So yeah, so right now we just have this very simple tree about like how to determine what camera we're pressing. However, I think we'll have to keep track of yeah, what do we want to do? What do we want to do in terms of? Oh no, you know what? No, we can just yeah. What is your OS? Oh, that's interesting. I never knew there was an OS that doesn't support Unity Web Player. That's interesting to know. Is it like an especially strange OS, or is it just one that Unity hasn't gotten around to supporting yet? I just yeah, I don't think about that thing. I use such a mainstream OS that I don't even ever think about things like that. Uh, sorry, did I miss? I probably missed more questions. Maybe not. No, let it man. That's the wrong way to think about it. Because if you have that much code to write, you're probably thinking of the wrong project. Start small. Figure out the first thing that you need to implement and implement the first thing. And when you choose that first thing, make sure it's something that will be completely sufficient and finished unto itself. Because I mean, well, I don't know. If you're like a madman and you actually can like survive a project without ever feeling a sense of satisfaction or completion, then like power to you. But no, the reason I do my projects in an incremental fashion is because for one thing, you end up wasting less time that way, or I end up wasting less time. I find that I end up wasting less time if I do it that way. Uh, I know I am not an OS hipster. I am totally like the OS bourgeoisie. So um, so the yeah, I don't know. If you feel that you have too much code to write, you probably have too much code to write. That's probably literally a problem, and you should probably literally change your plans. Uh, but that's just, I mean, I don't know. That's just one perspective. Don't rock your world, or don't throw everything out just because I told you to. Oh, okay. Weird. Yeah, I guess I just haven't gotten to Ubuntu. Because Ubuntu, I mean, it's not like new, but it's like in terms of like OSs, like it's one of the newer OSs, right? Like it cropped up within what like the last 5 years or so, or at least I remember. I mean, it was only like within the past several years that I've actually started hearing about it. So I assume it's still relatively young. Maybe if it's still growing, its user base, maybe Unity hasn't gotten to it yet. Um, I'll try and come up with a way that you can play it as well, because it probably wouldn't be too much effort to do something like that. I just don't do it because I don't personally appreciate executables like that you have to download and run. um, yeah, all right. So it'll actually be fairly easy to refactor our the way we do this. The way we do this. So all we have to do is we just instead of doing this if tree where everything was like all definite and certain, we can just say for int I equals 0, I less than camera cameras dot length I plus plus. What are we going to do? We're going to say if So if input.mouse position x, actually no, well we can use rt dot mouse press pause press yeah rt dot screen pause dot x is less than how does this math work? Uh, Press pause. Oh yeah, no, we have to convert this to relative. We need to convert one of these measurements to the other's scale because screen pause is in pixels, whereas camera width and camera height are going to be in percentages. So yeah, so I'll just rt equals new press. Uh, float xp equal actually pixels and percentages are both p, so it's xpct I guess equals rt screen pause x divided by screen dot width. Excuse me. Screen dot width, because that'll convert it to percentage, right? And then float y pct, or no, yeah, y. This is the one time that we actually do use y for screen percentage. Y pct equals rt screen pause y divided by height dot y divided by screen dot height. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Captain Capsule is blowing it up. I really hope. Oh yeah. So just as a reminder to everyone, if you want to get your name in the credits of this game, tweet at me how you want your name to appear and what you want your job title to be. Please, you can choose literally whatever you want for your job title, but try and make it like somewhat relevant to like what are your contributions to the project. I would suggest, because if it's flagrantly false in a malicious sort of way, then I won't put it in, or I'll change it or something. For example, if you try and list your job title as the guy who did everything while everyone else did nothing, I don't know. That's actually kind of funny. I might put that in, but unless it's hilarious, if it's like flagrantly false in a misleading sort of way, and is not hilarious, I will probably not put it in. Just a heads up. My Twitter handle, there's a link to it lower on the page. It's at srsly_bz. Hey, Mint, welcome back. Uh, so, that is a good counter question, Ubito. Okay, so xpct is less than xpct is less than what is this going to be? It's going to be cameras index I dot, what are those values? They're viewport rect. They're aspects of the viewport rect. So it's going to be viewport rect x plus w, right? Because x is where it's located that way, and w is how stretchy it is, right? So it'll be x plus w. Viewport rect x plus viewport rect w. I've never addressed these things before, so I hope they're cleanly addressable. So viewport, no, rect. Is it just? Hold on, let's look at cameras. That's legit, Captain Capsule, World Crusher. Totally legit. We're good with that. Where did it come over here? Oh yeah, so I was gonna look up Unity script C sharp camera. Yeah, exactly. So it's rect. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, it's just rect. See, other people. I'm not the only one who uses it completely abbreviated and sufficient naming conventions. It's just not often that I encounter other people who use a completely sufficient and abbreviated naming conventions. So I sometimes wonder if this is actually true. So what did I say? I said x plus width, I think. Uh, if it's less than camera, yeah, yeah. So if it's less, okay, yeah. So camera I direct plus x. Uh, right. So camera, yeah. Has to be less than this. Dot width. Yeah. And it also has to be. It also has to be. And I think I'm actually going to put this other one first. So these are both. So there's an and there because it has to be both of these things. I'm also going to say less than. Or it has to be greater than camera's rect x without the width. Right. So that means we've clicked within. So xbct is where we clicked on the screen in percentage. So we had to have clicked on the x-axis between the start and the end of that camera in order to have clicked on that camera. And we also have to have done the same things for the y-coordinate or the y-axis. And if we have done both of those things, then survey says we in fact clicked within that camera space, and we can process that camera. So just changing all these to y's. I see chat is blown up. Oh yeah, and this is height now. Height. I don't actually pronounce it height. I'm just pronouncing it that way to annoy people, I think. I don't know why I'm pronouncing it that way. I actually don't know why. So yeah, in this case we can say rtcam. I will check chat in just a second. rtcam equals I, and then we can break because we are good. And then we can get rid of all this stuff, and then the rest of it's the same. All right, so yeah, what's happening in chat? Lots of stuff. Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. That's like the one thing that TTK and I disagree on, or one of, I'll say. Shrubsy, that sounds totally doable. And adorable. Alright, hold on. Yeah, I feel the same way, Trent. Like, yeah, and I don't even want to do, I don't even want to do, non-critical observer. That is a great one, Mint. Yeah, I don't even want to do necessarily like a donation sort of thing. I think there's a way, like if you get a humble bundle widget, like there's a way you can like do a pay what you want thing with like a minimum purchase price, which I think is a really great way to do it because like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything against donations, and actually, I really shouldn't besmirch donations because in the near future, I'm gonna dedicate like probably a week, maybe like a whole month of my stream to the Able Gamers Foundation. That's a charitable organization that accepts donations. So I'm gonna stream under their banner if I can get their permission to do so, and try and help raise donations for their cause. So yeah, no, I have nothing against donations because in fact in the near future I might try and encourage people to. I mean the primary goal is to raise awareness. So even I won't get too beggy for donations, but yeah, the whole point of that week or that month or however long I spend on it will be to help raise awareness of that sort of thing. Yeah, do it, TTK. Do it to it. Verbose names, I guess, are fine for people with higher word per minute, but I don't type fast. So for me, verbose names are like it actually cuts into production time. Like it cuts into production time in a meaningful, like a significant manner if I use two verbose names. Uh, uh,